We're just about ready to start sewing, but before we do that, we actually have to pin the two pieces of fabric together at a particular point to hold it together so that we can then go ahead and start sewing. Okay, so what we're going to do is this. I'm going to get you to lay your large piece down flat on the table with your top edge at the top. You're going to take your smaller piece, top edge facing up again, but this time you're going to flip it upside down again so that you can see those marks that you've just made. I'm going to get you to match the top edges of the fabric together. Okay, top edges of the fabric together so they line up just like this, nice and flat. Then turn your fabric around, your two pieces around, just like this. I'm just going to put there, that's better. So make sure they match up at that top edge. Don't worry about them matching down here, they're not meant to. Only these two edges here are meant to match. Okay, next step, you're going to need your dressmaker's pins, which you should already have. Now we're going to be sewing just from this point out to here and this point out to here, which are very short spaces, but we still have to pin the fabric together so that it doesn't move when we are sewing. Okay, so what we're going to do, first of all, you're going to place a pin in under both. You've got to go down under both pieces of fabric, and then what I do is I lift the fabric up with my pin and I push it through. So your pin's sitting like that. Okay, like cutting, it takes practice to become comfortable and confident with pinning. This is the way I like to teach my students. So you put your pin down into the fabric under both layers so it comes out the other side, okay, underneath, and then hanging onto the pin, I lift my fabric up and I poke my needle through. So they're sitting like this. Now that's holding the two pieces of fabric together comfortably, ready to sew, okay. We don't really need to pin along here just yet. We might leave that for a couple of videos down the line. But you need to have this edge pinned and this edge pinned. Now we're ready to get our needle ready for sewing.